Like, how do some people comfortably and confidently tell lies and half-truths about a medical condition as serious as cancer? Like, how? Hey, una know they fear God. Anyway, I'm asking this because of this trending story on social media involving Miss Blessing, CEO, in which she had come out and, stated that she made videos and even had interviews that she had cancer, even stating, in one of the videos she said it was a stage 4 cancer. And, as people were digesting the information, people now started poking holes in the story and saying, hey, this your timeline of events is not really adding up. That's not really how normal, cancer diagnosis and, possible treatments and management, that's not how it flows. And come to find out, now the Nigerian Medical Association, I think it's the Delta branch, now said that report that has been flying around on social media claiming to be her medical report is actually false. That is not her report. That the doctor she's claiming that is the one that gave her the diagnosis or whatever is not the one. That this report and the diagnosis actually belongs to somebody else. And then I think there's another story in which, the original patient that owned the report is now saying, oh, there was some kind of conversation, that communication she had with Blessing, where Blessing now told her to send her the report. I'm not even going to go into that one. The bottom line is that the Medical Association, Nigerian Medical Association, has come out to say that report is not hers. So that means, your story about having cancer is not true. And, when she came out with this, people started donating to her to help her for her treatment, right? Now, if the Medical Association is now saying that your story is not true, or that the report that is circulating is not yours, then why now? What was the need for all this? Because this is cancer is a terminal illness. Like, for some people, once they hear that thing, it's like a death sentence. Some people don't even know how to wrap their mind around, hey, what are the options? What medical treatments is available? Some people can't even wrap their head around it. They just see it as a death sentence. And for someone to play around with an illness as serious as cancer like this, man, like, I can't wrap my head around it. And this just, it reminded me a little backstory, right? I had a cousin that passed away from breast cancer. And because of this, my primary care doctor started my breast cancer screening, my mammogram, early. So I remember about maybe 10 years ago or so. And even though, because my cousin that passed away from breast cancer is she's on the paternal side. And I know that my doctor then told me that, they're usually more concerned when it's on the maternal side. She still decided to start my screenings early. So I remember about 10 years ago or so, I went for my mammogram and I had an abnormal result. And the mammogram was saying, that he was seeing something. However, on physical examination, because my doctor also does physical examination, no lumps were felt, but my mammogram was coming up that there was something. Now, and I know usually people that, my women out there, these people that have dense breasts, sometimes that's an issue, and I fall into that category. But this one, it was, saying it's not just that, something else. So my doctor said, okay, no wala. She now referred me for an ultrasound, which is another imaging in addition to the mammogram. I went for the ultrasound. The ultrasound was now supporting what the mammogram did, what the mammogram results said. But then again, physical examination, nothing. So my primary care doctors are saying, what, I'm just going to refer you to a breast specialist, right? Let's see what, he has to say. So I went to the breast specialist, because the breast specialist, after the breast specialist examination and review of the imaging results, probably now have a biopsy. So the breast specialist, checked physical exam, nothing. And he's like, okay, there's not that. Usually if there is a lump, you can feel it, when you do like a physical breast exam. But in my case, nothing. So it's like, but since the mammogram and the ultrasound is saying that, they are seeing something, that he has no option but to schedule me for a biopsy. But he's like, the thing with it, that the biopsy machine, the imaging for the biopsy is much more precise than the mammogram and the ultrasound, because the biopsy machine has to actually pinpoint, the imaging for the biopsy has to pinpoint exactly where it is that this issue is, so that the biopsy, they can take the cells from that particular area. So, my dear, I cannot tell you, I was so scared at that time. Like, it was not me. It was not me on this earth. Because I was thinking, see, my kids were much younger then. I'm like, what's going to happen? Like, this cannot be my results. Like, it cannot be. Let me tell you, I prayed down that time. I kept praying, because I was like, from where to where, So, thankfully, I went for the biopsy. It was then we had to lay flat on this medical bed, and basically they now insert my boob into the machine so that it can pinpoint. And thankfully, it didn't see anything. It didn't see anything. So for me, I'm just imagining the anxiety, the trauma, like, the sleepless nights I had, for someone to actually sit down and actually formulate this. I find it hard to wrap my head around. And for what purpose? Like, what is the aim for this? Is it to raise funds for yourself, or is it to get social media clout or following or validation? What? Or is it is it April Fool? I don't even know. I cannot wrap my head around why someone would just wake up and decide to let me just pull a fast one, knowing that is not true. Because from the interviews, like, she could even, like, some of the questions, her description of the process, it was not aligning. Like, she said that no imaging was done. And there is no way you can be sent for a biopsy without an imaging. And then for your primary care doctor to be the one to tell you that you have stage 4 cancer or whatever, that's not done. That is not done. Like, I can't imagine, like, I just feel I feel some type of way, because there are people that are genuinely going through this, looking for, for answers, for treatments, for something to give them like a new lease on life. Then for someone to make a jest of it and now be walking around and parading someone else's results. And I truly hope that the person that she was parading her result, that person, like, overcame her diagnosis. But it's not right. It's not right. Like, don't just, come and make jest or make light of someone's true painful condition. It's not right. I don't think it is. No matter what you're trying to gain from social media, it's just not right. Let me know what you guys think. Like, what do you make of this story? Do you think, like, like, what do you think is the way forward in this kind of scenario? How do we address this type of thing in our community? Let me know in your comment section, okay? Take care, guys.